Cavecast, the uncensored show for nerds of all kinds.
All right, so we've got some catching up to do, man. We've got some really cool things to dive into tonight. I wanted to start off the show with saying this, guys, is that through this past week, for anyone that missed the post or just different things that were floating around, is that we were planning on doing an episode last week, and then I ended up going to urgent care and had no voice. I was feeling like shit and was just like, dude, like, what the hell? And it was just a week of a multitude of different things that just led to like an episode not happening. We wanted to do Even in Arcadia. We are actively working on that at this moment. But we wanted to give you guys something different this week to make sure, number one, that you're getting an episode, but also we have to talk about this. We have to talk about Eric's most recent experiences and just the curiosity that I have, because we haven't dove deep like, you know, as far as like sitting down and like having like a one-on-one conversation for like an hour, you know what I mean? Like we've, you know, I've seen the Detour episodes and different things, but like getting to talk to you as just my brother, you know, it's like that whole thing where like I want to know as much as I possibly can of what these experiences were like for you. Now, as far as 21 Pilots is concerned, that was a concert that you had planned on going to for a while. Like this was, I know it was like, because I don't know, I can't remember when you got the tickets, but it was kind of like
months ago.
I remember you saying like, no, man, come September, you know, it's like this is happening. And I was like, oh shit, that's right. You know, so
it was a month or so after I didn't get Sleep Token. Mm-hmm. It was something like that, and where it was like, okay, I planned, I looked at everything, and I was like, okay, I don't have Chandler because I was gonna have to travel to Cincinnati and spend the night. So guys, Cincinnati's about 3.5 hours, 3 hours, 3.5 hours, depending on traffic. Mm-hmm. So
it's a trek.
Yeah, getting there, being there for like a show, and then nobody was driving home. Nobody wants to drive home after that, no matter what.
Yeah.
So decided we're gonna get a hotel room. And it's like, been playing, like big bummer, like I said, big bummer that I didn't get to go to Sleep Token, all this stuff. But I was like, all right, cool, secured 21 Pilots. And I got the pit. I looked at everything, very quickly, as far as like some tickets and things like that. And I went, because it was the next day type thing. So like I didn't necessarily get pre-sale. So I spent about $100 extra, guys, because it was a resale ticket. Mm-hmm. But it was from Ticketmaster or whatever it was.
Yeah.
So
whatever one that wasn't used for your Sleep Token one or whatever.
Well, right.
Well, unless if that was Ticketmaster, which I don't know.
There was speculation, or there was chatter that all of the tickets became transferable for Sleep Token. Anyways, but a reliable one, or that was known for being a good reseller and all this shit. So I was like, okay. So after it was all said and done, taxes, the fees, all that stuff, I spent about $300 for the ticket for Pitt. Well worth it.
Yeah.
Because their pit, dude, was huge. Okay, let me back up before I even get into this. The drive to Cincinnati was awesome. Now, mind you guys, it was myself, Becca, and Sav. Mm-hmm. Now, Becca's
and Mom.
Well, Becca's friend.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
Was gonna go, and she wasn't able to. So I offered. I said, if mom wants to go, I will split the ticket cost with her. It was very short notice, guys, and the fact of like, hey, Mom, do you want to go? Like. And she wanted to, because I was like, I have the hotel room where I've got 2 queen beds. I'm only one person.
Yeah, right.
So everything's paid for, other than like this ticket. So she ended up going too. So the drive up was awesome. Just it was pretty. I haven't really ever been to Cincinnati, so it was all this stuff, right? But fast forward to, we were close enough, guys, to where we could walk. We were less than a mile away from the venue. It was a great night. So we get there, and we turn the corner. Like, so say this is a building, right? Everything is now over here to get in, like all the stuff. We turned the corner, and it was, are you Riker Road? I was like, I am. And I've said this a couple of times. I apologize to the first gentleman that I came in contact with because I was kind of like trying to figure stuff out. Like, I feel like I was very disconnected with this person. So if they see this, I am so sorry. I didn't mean it that way, but I ended up was like, hey, how are you? Because I kept walking, but then I heard like mom still engaging. I'm like, oh, I should probably like engage.
Yeah.
It was one of those, but I was so focused on the show, being there, merch, like all of these things, right? So it was nothing personal. But it was just, and then it just kind of started with that stuff. So that was really cool. Yes, guys, I got noticed a lot.
Yeah.
If I had to guess, 100 times.
Really? For the whole night?
Yeah. Like if I had to guess, probably 100 times, and almost probably close to all of them a photo of some sort. So I know not everybody sent the photos in, but I swear, Kyle, like I had to have taken 80 to 100 photos.
Well, I know that when you were there, like when I knew that you guys
and you were sick.
Yeah, I was sick, but I was. I mean, now granted, guys, like for full disclosure here is that concerts really aren't my thing anymore. Like it's like I'm the older that I get, the social anxiety is a lot, and it's one of those that as we've crossed different thresholds, because like when we went to incarceration, I think we were what like 20K subs, or like different things, and even there, we got recognized quite a bit, and it was all good things.
Of course.
But it's just it's a very like daunting thing for me. So it was one of those that I was like, nah, I'm like, if I do anything, I'll probably do like nosebleeds or whatever. Like I'll be like in the back or like that type of thing. Like I'm very, very reserved, but in the same hand,
tonight might change your mind a little. I'm not saying like in a pit, but
it's because definitely like pit is not my thing because I had so many people dropped on me at incarceration that I was like, oh dude, no man, I'm good.
This actually might, okay. But, no, I get you. Yeah, I get you.
It's just, but all in all, it was just one of those that like I knew that it was something that I was not going to be able to, I guess you could say, like handle, like or with my mindset and everything. But in the same hand is that I knew you were going.
Yeah.
I knew people were going to recognize you, and I wanted it to be a positive experience for you.
Oh, 100% was.
And it's just because, with how things have been, that's what I'll say, it's just in the world, where it's kind of like meeting people when you're, from the internet and different things, is that you interact with everyone, whether you like it or not. You know what I mean? In some way.
Yeah.
And it was so reassuring that when we were texting, because obviously I didn't want to bombard you because I knew you were doing
I didn't
your
want
thing.
to bombard you knowing you didn't feel good.
Yeah, dude, I think I messaged you. I was like, dude, that's great for you. I'm currently on the couch with a fever right now.
Yeah, that's what I was like, oh shit, man. So I I would do certain things and text you when it would be like really cool or something. But I kept thinking, I was like, I'll see him in a few days.
Well, it's especially too, like when I asked, I was like, look, what was it? I think I won't disclose like everything word for word, but you were just like, no, man, like a lot of people. There's been a lot of people that I've been talking to. Like this is kind of wild.
I'll say it out loud because like no caliber, guys. So please don't take this out of context. I texted Kyle and said, not for nothing, this is a little taxing.
Yeah,
I could not imagine what a real we are not celebrities. I'm saying
what
like,
a real
celebrity would feel like.
Yeah,
and it was not in a bad way by any means, guys. But what I mean was, it was to the point. I don't want to stay on this too long because it sounds egotistical. I want to get to the actual concert, but it got to the point where like 4 or 5 different times I had to tell people, hold on, like 4 people deep waiting to take a photo or to interact. And it was almost the point where like it kind of sucked because like I was having a good time listening to these people talk about why they love 21 Pilots or why they started watching the show or Tyler saved my life and and I'm like, dude, if I could sit here for the next 20 minutes, I would. But and everybody understood, which was a cool thing too. But it was just like, so that kind of goes into this whole concert experience is that 21 Pilots fans are amazing because one of the things that I was really upset with days after on TikTok, I saw somebody talking about how toxic they are and how, the bigger that they've gotten, that the worse the fans have got. And they were talking specifically about the Cleveland show or the Cincinnati show, about how they saw fans that were getting irate and people that were bleeding and stuff. And I'm like, I'm thinking, was it like before I got there, like to be the first like 500 or whatever to like for the wristbands, not the wristbands, but like these certain wristbands or whatever. Cause I'm like, so I commented and I was like, I can only speak from my experience. I was there in the pit
Yeah.
even and saw absolutely none of this. And in fact, quite the opposite, actually.
Do you think that that's just people being shitty online, trying to like,
I don't
trying
know.
to stir shit up?
I don't know, because what I will say, guys, when I was going to tell Kyle it might change his mind, is that now the pit area was huge compared to the other one. Now there was like 3 or 4 different spots where there was other stages like set up. So they kind of walked around the pit and seated area right there, like the general seating.
Yeah.
But it was a lot of people in the pit, but I had enough room to like walk around, set drinks down, still take photos and pose and do all this stuff. Like we weren't now at a certain part of this story, we were
Yeah.
for 5 minutes. But even at that, like it was not like I kept looking around going, man, this is really refreshing. Cause I'm like, look at all these people. 26,000 people at this event. It was not Rocket Arena, was the other one. I forget, but it was 26,000 people and it was a sold out show for opening night, guys. I got to go for Breach.
Yeah. Literally at their prime of this tour, dude.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I don't know what that was all about, because all I kept thinking was, well, Mom and everybody. So unfortunately, guys, Mom and Becca and everybody were up in some seats, but they even said like it was still a great show. Like we got to see everything like that.
Yeah.
But I kept thinking, Kyle could be in this pit and it's not that social, and there's no crowd surfing. So while 21 Pilots is hype and it's cool, it's a lot of fun, guys. It's the chanting, it's the loud singing, it's the holding them up when it happens.
Yeah.
There's no crowd surfing, there's no mosh pits, it's a vibe, and everybody gives each other their space or their thing. There is no fighting. There's alcohol being served there.
Yeah.
So you could easily get the drunk asshole. There wasn't. At least, again, my experience, guys.
But I think that if there was anywhere in that place to harness anything like that, it would have been in the pit.
Yeah. And that's what I kept thinking too. Is like, if anything would have happened, it would have been here. So that all being said, guys, I was close enough to see Tyler's mouth moving, like with my own eyes. I know this sounds weird, but like Josh's like muscle definition.
You said it was like, I think at one point you said that it was like what, almost like 8 feet away from Tyler. Like you were,
Well,
you were close.
At one point,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
But as far as like from the pit, if I couldn't tell you as like a feet guess, but like I didn't really have to zoom a whole lot on my photos and video. So that was, guys, when I got in there and things started happening, like you just felt it. Same with the other story we're going to talk about tonight. But I cried several times, not like big weeping tear, but like I got emotional several times, and they did like 26 songs. I can't name them all right now, but like the set list was incredible. Basically 2 albums.
Now, do you think that they did a lot from Breach and Clancy, or did they mainly just do like the singles?
Well, no,
from
they
them?
did like a lot of like Blurry Face, and they did some stuff from like did like Breach, and because people were like, you got a lot of Blurry Face in this, and like because it was something about the 10-year anniversary and stuff. Like we got we got a good mixture of things, but they did like Garbage for the first time. They did Downstairs for the first time. Raw Fear.
See, that's
so we got like that's what I'm saying. We got a good amount of like a little bit of everything, right?
Yeah.
So that being said, like this like vibe came over, and like I'm not kidding, I'm still getting pieces back because my brain shut off, but like in a good way.
Just out of your mind.
I was there, man, and like I was so close to everything for every song that it was damn near every song that like I listened to. Now there was a few that weren't in there. Something cool did happen. And there was a lot of people that were commenting not only beforehand or like from the video, the vlog. So guys, you can watch the vlog on the Detour, but but people like in the comments that were like, "Oh my God, you got." It started, dude, and Lane Boy came on.
Oh yeah.
I got to be a part of it.
Yeah, the jump.
The wave and the jump because we were in the pit. And I remember the first time watching that fucking music video and they were at that like festival.
Yeah.
And they did that. And I don't know if I said it out loud, but I remember thinking, that is so cool that they got to be a part of this.
Yeah.
To be interactive with the song and like the video or whatever. And that's one of my favorite songs. Arguably, I think maybe the song that like got me hooked on 21 Pilots.
Yeah.
And I got to be a part of it. Now I recorded most of it. Hindsight, I should have just kept it on to show that but I knew I was going to be part of the jump. I took a selfie of myself though, a part of it because that's forever.
Yeah.
And at Cincinnati, opening show for Breach, from what they're saying, probably for a while taking like a break from touring other than some festivals.
Yeah.
But I also got Doubt. There was just a lot that came over me and all different emotions at this show. They were this was hands down one of the best shows. It has topped every other show that I've said before.
Really?
The two shows we're talking about tonight have trumped every show that I've ever seen, no matter what. And I've seen some pretty good people, guys.
Even seeing David Draymond in his time too. I mean, that's
10,000 Fists tour.
Those are some Kiss. There's some big shoes to fill, man.
I've seen Tom Petty was one of my first big shows at Blossom. Like that was. These two shows we're talking about tonight are by far the best two shows I've ever seen, but for different reasons. Remember I was talking about the pit and how big it was and all this. And a lot of people, even though there wasn't a lot of people, but it was an open space and multiple stages. 21 Pilots, for being two people, are so interactive.
Yeah.
They give you a show. There was a point in time where Josh was with Torchbearer walking to bring the flag up to put over his drums that I signed. Didn't know what it was for when I was standing in line.
Yeah.
For the pit. They were like, anybody want to sign it? And the rest of I was like, sure. And for some reason, I signed Riker Road Eric.
Yeah.
I didn't just sign Eric.
Yeah.
I don't know why. Come to find out, Josh was carrying it from they didn't do it. I don't think they did, but it was like the car that was on fire from like Heavy Dirty Soul.
Oh yeah.
But that's where he lit it from to walk with the thing, God. I was 5 feet away from Josh when I was grabbing a beer. And if you guys go watch the video where you can kind of see the bartender, if you want to call him that guy, getting my beer. Didn't know what was going on at first. Big ups to this guy. I realized Josh was walking right there, and because I was like, yeah, whatever. And I was like, oh God. So I pulled my phone out and he was like, he starts to talk, but then realized he was behind me and that my phone, and he shut the fuck up.
Oh, wow.
And just let me film for a second. And I was like, dude, I was like, thanks, man. But
that's not his first rodeo. Yeah.
And so like,
That's really
but
cool.
I was 5 feet away from him right there. But what I'm getting at is very interactive, talked a lot to the crowd, Tyler, even being funny. I don't know if it was real, but being funny about like off stage people about like, we can't put things here because there's a hump here, my mic stand can't, like, he was like, sorry, first night things, all this stuff. But it was things like that, right?
Yeah.
And then, like I said, holding him up. That's as much crowd surfing as it was.
Yeah.
So that was the big thing with 21 Pilots, where it was very interactive, but you're not fighting for your life. And guys, the whole set was happening the time of my life, and Trees came on.
Oh dear God!
The circle was there, and I wasn't trying to fight to go hold anything up. So where you see me, guys, in the video, and that you hear me go, holy shit.
Yeah.
They did it a little different. He was just kind of they were in one section instead of like being in the middle like that. He was 8 feet away from me the whole time. And guys, the pictures and video I was in the middle of it all when the finale happened, confetti everywhere, just like raining over me. And when it got quiet, I had this moment of I almost yelled "Riker Road loves you" to see if he would react in any way.
Shit. Oh God!
But I didn't.
You just saner hands prevailed.
Yeah. That was one of the more emotional parts of the night with all of that, because at the end the fireworks, but there was he brought a kid up, Brennis, to sing Ride, and that kid, there was these two chicks behind me afterwards. I recorded, and two tears come running down, and I was trying to wipe it, and the one chick was like, that almost got me emotional. I was like, what you mean almost? So, but they had a good laugh.
Dude,
but
that made that kid's life, man. Like,
that's a core memory for sure.
Well, especially too, is that like watching that clip, I mean, it was one of those that like, I was really happy that Opus made that part for us. Like when I was putting like clips and stuff together, and I was like, oh dude, this is perfect. And just to hear Tyler tell the kid when he's just like, yeah, man, that's like $20,000 of equipment you got in your hands right there, so don't drop it.
Yeah, it's like almost as much as these wristbands.
Yeah. So, but that was the other thing too. The wristbands that you guys had, there was something special about that. So like, what
they
all
would
went
light
with
up?
that?
They would light up different. So apparently, I think we were the only place that got them
for opening night.
I think.
Okay.
I think, from what I understand, maybe you can correct me if I'm wrong, guys, but they would light. I thought they were only red. And they would start flashing. That way you weren't like holding up your phone. It was basically like lighters.
Yeah.
In a sense. But they would go all different colors. And for about almost 2 days, mine was on.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
But I've got my studio at the house is a little messy because I've got like from both shows stuff. And so like that I'm trying to put like a shadow box and stuff, and like, for memories of that night. But that was really cool. But like I said, I've got confetti from when we were doing Trees. But guys, there was something that happened. I didn't get any video or pictures. But when it was done and they were off stage, there's no encore.
Wow.
No nothing. Trees, and they were done. But a shitload of fireworks. Like it was 4th of July. And I just stood there. Because I was deep in it, man. Like balls deep in the pit.
Yeah.
So it was right there. Like it was almost one of those, like I could almost reach up and touch it. And I just had that like movie moment where I just like closed my eyes and knew where I was at.
Yeah.
And just took it in. Cause like I don't know if I'm ever gonna get this experience again. 21 Pilots pit included.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Opening night.
Their home state.
Yeah.
Which we live in, by the way.
Yeah.
Not to brag or anything. But
Two guys from Ohio, right? Yeah. So, yeah.
But it's just, yeah. But like, and so that's why it kind of upset me that I didn't get any of the fireworks. I'm sure they're out there when I could get some, because I'd like to get a photo of it. But I got some pretty good photo of Tyler doing this and confetti behind him and all this stuff. I got hit with the water, and you can see it in the video where he's throwing, like, I was right there.
Yeah.
Oh, I was right there. And what people have also been saying, like, even before the video, but knowing I was going there, like, to think, 2 years ago or whatever, you guys were like, I don't know about 21 Pilots, and to be like, in a good way, but fanboys.
Yeah.
and they're like, welcome to the clique, you know, like all this stuff. Like,
yeah, well, that's been it's one of the things that's really cool to see in comments is that when people are like, dude, like this is the first reaction you guys ever did. Like, look how far you've come. You know, and it's you know, from a channel standpoint, absolutely, but like I mean, truly as people, I mean, like I mean, nothing will ever compare to for myself. Nothing will ever compare to NF and Sleep Token of like what they've done for me personally. You know, and like the therapy and different things that have gone on with it. Like, not that 21 Pilots is not possible for that to happen. Trust me, that is like a well of therapy that if you needed that, Tyler has written.
Tyler
things,
has for that's a big one for me. Yeah.
But dude, like it doesn't change facts, man. Like that's like it's a testament to it's got nothing to do with us. It's all about the fan base and in the people that fell in love with these dudes, and that it's like they were patient enough with us to discover our way and to like not only that but also to show up. Like I know that has a negative connotation of me with, you know, history and comments, but dude, like there's no denying it, man. Like the 21 Pilots fans showed up for us.
Oh yeah,
it's huge, man.
And
it's just wild, you know.
I can see why, because like, and people were saying like, I see the goofy videos and stuff, but it's like it is true. But like that's why it was so important to me to try. Like I said, a bucket list to say that I was in the pit for 21 Pilots, Sleep Token, NF are some of the ones for me, and I got to mark one of them off. But like Tyler did save my life. 21 Pilots did say, and couple of different ways, but like it's weird to think that this goofy dude, when you see some of like the clips that they have like off stage, right?
Yeah.
And people would be like, this is the guy that wrote Redecorate, by the way, or this is the guy that wrote, you know, that saved my life, or when he's just sitting there, you know, shaking his ass to fucking Ludacris or something. It's wild to know he's just like us too, man.
Yeah.
Like sometimes you forget that. Where you know, like it's just another person that writes these songs for people like us. But like that was why it was so important, was like I wanted to go. I know that he didn't set that price. It was a reseller. I wanted to give him my $300 for my ticket. I wanted to give him my $70 for merch. I wanted to give him like, I wanted to, both of them, you know, like that's what I wanted that.
Yeah.
Because they've done so much for me. Like obviously Tyler's lyrical standpoint, but dude, Josh, like I'll sit and listen to that dude give me a dirty beat all day.
And now that
behind Tyler,
and now to finally have the true perspective on his voice.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah, and you know, so like there was a lot to this experience that I got to have with 21 Pilots, more than just being recognized a lot there last night, or that night was not just cool in the fact of the show, but there was so many people there that I knew we have vibed out with on the show, that even if we weren't standing next to each other, we were there vibing out together.
Yeah.
There was somebody, super respectful dude, didn't even know, not even to be rude, but he had taken a selfie, and there was actually two of them, but like at the end of the night, I realized they were pretty much standing next to me the whole night. We were just vibing, dude.
Oh my God.
And it wasn't even to be rude. I didn't notice until like 3 o'clock, because I was just in it.
Yeah.
And
well, I mean, imagine if they had that realization too, like at certain moments where they looked over, it's like, dude, Eric's right fucking there. You know,
sure.
You know, it's now again, it's not to say that like you're like you or I or anyone else would be bigger than what's happening on stage.
Yeah.
But dude, like there is something like I in the times that I have like gone to concerts, like and mainly like when I think of like when I went and saw Skillet, you know, like when like Disciple opened up for, or sorry, no, it was Decipher Down opened up for Disciple, and then Disciple opened up for Skillet. So it was like, you know, like this like stacked show that was wild. There's something about like when you have that moment to yourself and you look around and you see that everybody else is engaged with what's happening.
Yeah.
You know, it's now you could argue that was a, you know, a Christian or a faith-based show. So it's like, that's palatable in different ways.
Yeah.
You know, of like having that experience. But dude, like, it's that full proof that it's like, no, man, music just brings us together in a wonderful way. You know, and it's like when you can see that, when you see the culture, when you see, you know, the fact that it's like someone can be like, no, man, like I ended up like going to Slayer, you know, Slayer's concert or whatever, and it's like I went in the back and fucking Mick Gordon was there and we were rocking out to that shit or whatever. Like it's just like it's I think that's the perspective that it's like people can finally have, you know, when they, you know, when they see you at a concert, is that it's like, no, man, it's like, you know, that like they're enjoying the shit out of this too. Like, you know, I think it more so frustrates me like when I see things when people are like, oh, dude, you guys are faking it and you're this or that. And it's like, we can't fake this shit, dude.
No.
Like, dude, no, like, it's like I could not imagine counterfeiting something that's so important to me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's like that.
I think
thing,
that's a big thing too. Is where it's like, there's no way. Like we've said before, it'd be exhausting, guys, to keep up a persona like that.
Yeah, no,
like for sure. One last thing I thought was actually funny though for the 21 Pilots is speaking of like not wanting to bother me and stuff, like there was a couple people that were like, I saw you, but I didn't want to bug you or whatever. I'm like, guys, I've said before, if you see me out, bug me. Like we're here for the same thing.
Yeah.
And you clearly support the show. Why wouldn't I want to say thank you back?
Yeah.
Like you want to meet me, like I want to meet you.
Yeah.
You're the reason I get to do this shit.
Actually, did I tell you that actually this past week that the guy that fills out our prescriptions is actually a fan of the show?
Really?
I just real quick, that was just, it made me think of that because
shit.
He said the exact same thing where he's like, I never wanted to bug you. He's like, you were always here, like, you know, like I mean, I'm working in this stuff, and I'm like, no, buddy, I'm like, you're good, you're fine, man. So yeah, but it's so Josh, if you're watching, hey man, how's it going?
No shit.
But yeah,
that's cool.
So, but it's funny that that's a lot of what people think is that they think that they're bothering us, and it's like, no, I mean, don't be creepy, but dude, like,
which is
not
knock on wood has not happened, but I got. Somebody was like, didn't want to bother you, but I did see you. And that they were like in their seats, and I was like walking in the pit. And they took a picture of me like I was a fucking zoo animal. I was like, that's fucking dope. I got spotted.
There was an Eric sighting.
It was like I'm the fucking, like Bigfoot. It was kind of funny. I was like, that's dope. But no, so to switch gears, guys, something happened.
Yeah, this is the one that I'm chomping at the bit for.
I very lucky in the fact of within basically a week of each other, I went to 21 Pilots and then Sleep Token.
Yeah. Got to see him in Cleveland, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So that one didn't have to spend the night, but so same thing, same friend that wasn't able to go to 21 Pilots for mom was the one that was going to have a ticket with Becca. So big ups to Becca on both things because she's the one who actually drove to Cincinnati as well.
Yeah.
And everything. But so she was like, hey, she kept saying at the beginning, she was like, there is a possibility that this person might not be able to go. Like you are first dibs on this Sleep Token ticket. And I was like, I don't even care where we're at. Like, I just want to go.
Yeah.
Well, guys, section 122 towards the floor, not C, 122, more towards like the end, damn near pit. And when I say like, so we were just kind of off to the side, not far off from where I was from 21 Pilots. That being said, when you see the videos, guys, and even some of the photos, they actually did not come out very well, even though I have a very high-end camera and somebody made a good point. I was to the side a little bit, and Sleep Tokens, even though this phone is meant for low light and things, it was very dark, very foggy, very magenta, reds, blues.
Yeah.
So dark in general, it just was having a hard time picking stuff up. And the fact like being clear like my 21 Pilot stuff was, because if I would have stepped 20 feet to my left, I would have probably only been 30 to 50 feet behind where I was in pit in general for the night for 21 Pilots-ish. Because I showed Becca, I was like, about right there is probably where I was for pit. And she goes, okay. Remember what I said about 21 Pilots pit? Sleep Tokens was way pushed up. They had a lot of that general seating. It was mostly that like where I was in the pit wasn't even pit for 20 or for a Sleep Token. It was like the seating area. And like I was saying, guys, how 21 Pilots, they like walked around and stuff. Sleep Token is the one stage.
Yeah.
So this is where we're going to talk about the difference here in a minute. So I'm going to get to that. But going to the show, guys, again, a lot of people recognized I actually inadvertently kind of hid out because we were like pre-gaming at a bar, like a few drinks, getting some food. And then it was like, fuck, it's 5:30.
Yeah, we got to go. Yeah.
And so, but still recognized a bunch. Turtle Gaming and Wildcard, pretty much regulars on like coffee time and stuff. So what's up, guys? I still got the selfie I'll be posting.
Yeah.
But we all kind of hung out like inadvertently just for like 2.5 hours before we had to split to go to our seats. But walked basically right in. And we walked through this tunnel. You'll see in the video, guys, but it's like this screen like tunnel, and it was Arcadia. It was the
cherry blossoms, or the
Japanese or whatever.
Yeah, because it's a lot of the pinks and the reds.
Yeah,
and there's even like seeing the first like just photography things that we got, or like now that we know that the music box thing is the beginning of even an Arcadia, but when we would see the flag and these different things. I don't know who the hell designed their color palette of what they do for each album, especially Arcadia. But dude, they need a raise.
Yeah,
like it's just like not even seeing it in person, but seeing just the entryway alone made me feel like, as someone that was watching it through your eyes of your camera, it was that, dude. It's like they've already set me up as exactly like how I need to feel. I know what those colors make me feel. I know what they sound like.
I know what they sound. Yeah. That's why I was like, we literally walked through Arcadia.
Yeah.
Now, guys, and that's what I mean too. I was still close enough in the quote pit area that when we were in Arcadia essentially, because when they were doing confetti for different songs,
do you have some with you?
Yeah, because I kept it in my wallet before, but it would rain.
Wow.
It would rain down. We didn't have to go for let me.
So sorry, people on RSS, you won't be able to see this, but let's see anybody on YouTube. I'll try to get this over here, but check that out.
Yeah. So that's from keep one. I was like,
oh really? Oh,
yeah,
okay.
I say yeah. So just keep that one.
I did not purposefully drop that
no,
one.
I know,
that's funny.
But no, that is from technically Arcadia, as you will, as you were whatever.
I got you. Yeah, I know what you mean, not what you say.
But so same thing where when we got there, I felt this presence come over me where it was almost like, you ever have one of those they're here.
Yeah.
They're in the building.
Yeah.
Some pretty interesting things happened that night. So one of them being just in the fact of I almost immediately cried because it started with Windward. So this is how it started. It started with Windward, Offering, Vor, Emergence, Alkaline Hypnosis, Provider, Rain, Caramel, Summoning, Aqua Regia, Granite, Thread the Needle. Thread the Needle, Damocles, and Infinite Baths.
And you said that after Infinite Baths, they were done.
Out. Same, just like 21 Pilots.
See, that's interesting because I heard somebody say that their encore at one point was Thread the Needle, which I thought was really clever. But it's, still, I think that it makes sense in the lineup, though, for how they have the songs,
We actually got Granite and Vor, which apparently doesn't happen a whole lot, but I think it's because to keep his voice. So we actually got 2 more songs than most people, or 1 more song, something like that.
Yeah.
But the Offering started, I was done. I was done. And then we got Saxophone for Aqua Regia. Now I heard it was not Gabby. It was because she is actually on.
Well, she's with Bill Murray. Yeah, so right.
But Bill Murray was there.
Oh, he was?
He was there, in the stands.
Oh shit. Okay, well, never mind. So
she's on tour with somebody else. I'm not trying to be funny, Jonas Brothers or something like that.
What's whatever probably would be.
I don't know. So again, comment in there if you remember, guys. So it wasn't her, but I missed that part in recording because again, all the stuff you see in my recording, guys, is I basically was doing this, and then would go and then watch, and then go, oh, he's over here, or shit, my camera moved. So I wasn't staring the whole time, and I would do the first minute of almost every song, and then I put my phone away because I wanted to be in it. I knew I wanted to vlog.
Well, I think that's one of the things you and I talked about was that I knew it for 21 Pilots that that was going to be the vibe of that was going to be enjoy, capture, and cackle with, like overwhelming just joy. Sleep Token, I think it was one of the things I said to you was, look, man, document it, because selfishly, it's one of those, I want to know how the Detour episode is going to come out with it, with everything, but also be present.
Yeah.
And it's
that was my biggest thing.
Be present, and I obviously we use this term loosely, but it's one of those like, no, be present, worship, like just be there.
100%, and that's where we're going to talk about that word and this stuff, because when it came down to being there, like I said, I got photos, I did things, and I guess I didn't want to be that person. And again, so my videos are real sketchy, guys. Like when it comes to these types of vlogs, I'm going to need to figure out some kind of like harness. I'm serious. Like if I want to get some like good foot, that way I'm not moving around. You can see what I'm looking at basically. Because like I know that people are understanding in the fact that like I'm trying to keep up or whatever, but at the same time, still want to give you good footage.
Yeah.
Anyways. Both shows, like I said, were very different. It's Vessel doesn't talk.
See, that's the part that is weird to me. How they do that.
So actually, I meant to talk about this. 21 Pilots, 26 songs. These motherfuckers just kept going.
Really?
Even with talk, like they barely had any breaks in between. But same, like those guys, machines. Same with Sleep Token. There was no breaks. We were done by 10:26.
That's so weird.
But again, it was only 15 songs.
Yeah.
So we were done at it was like 11:20 or 11:15 for 21 Pilots, but we got almost double the songs.
Yeah.
But so when it comes to like, what's it like? Guys, it was calm. Now, people were chanting and wooing and hooping and hollering on parts and things, and after the song or whatever. I stated this before. If you were to take all sound away and just see a crowd, you'd be like, this is a lame fucking crowd in concert. It's not.
They're engaged.
It is a spectacle. Because again, so it's very different. It is this worship, not a religious style, but I understand what people are saying now.
Yeah.
I was so involved at one point in Caramel, I forgot to put my hands up when he said, I was so, that I didn't. Yeah. I wasn't part of that.
Yeah.
And it came over me where I had almost 2 or 3 different moments where, because I was standing in things, and I went, Eric, open your eyes.
Yeah.
Like you're not just in Kyle's basement.
Right. You don't have to imagine the good. The good's here.
And people were like, well, no, you were vibing. I'm like, I know I was, but I wanted to see it with my own fucking eyes.
I get it. I get it.
So, but it was just the fact of, but I understand it took me over just like 21 Pilots did, where like I'm here. And I was damn near close enough that I will gladly mark that as a pit experience, because I was so close to being in what they considered the pit for even 21 Pilots. I just wasn't walking around.
Yeah.
But it was just the fact of I didn't put my hands up for that, and there was like 2 different times, like I said, I had my eyes closed long enough. I'm like, idiot, open your eyes. But I was so there. Yeah. But it was the fact of the crowds were very different. Even the pit, calm. There was one little bit of moshing I think they put up, I think it was for Vor.
See, that's what I would expect. Yeah.
For like 3 minutes. And it was like 4 people.
Well, the thing is, too, is like I remember seeing like when we first got into them, which was, off the tail end of I guess maybe you could say tail end, but we were still there for a while, but like Take Back to Eden. Yeah. And seeing the crowds like with the blue lighting and different things, where like the crowds always looked like they were very chill. And it's one of those that, like, in my opinion, it almost kind of made me think of like, all right, well, maybe this is a lot like seeing Breaking Benjamin, or like it does have that kind of vibe. But what really kills me about them in a good way is the fact of that we've been able to see the evolution of their live shows. and what like the whole joke of like, hey, check out my grotto, you know, it's like just this monolithic huge thing that he just walks out of through the fog. Like it's like we got to see a couple of different like really good like live videos of like Arcadia like when they were first on tour.
Yeah,
where it was like, holy shit, like this is their setup,
and that's what I got to see.
And it's so now with. I have so many questions, but like it's one of those that what I'm really curious about is that did the theatrics live up to the entire night? Did you feel like it was was there like a stage handling maybe that you saw
Kiss
or anything?
who?
Really?
Beatles who? Fucking AC/DC, fucking Led Zeppelin. I'm serious, guys. I've seen Kiss.
Mm-hmm.
Now, did he fly across the stage? No. He didn't need to.
No.
I do not care that two things, which go for it, man. He had his sexual moments on stage with laying down and he wasn't so much with the microphone stand, I feel like.
Yeah.
I got several spots of him doing his little dances and just vesseling out.
Yeah.
It was just the fact of the lights that were so on point with the songs and the beams and where 2 was. And then when he was, it was the summoning shenanigans when I'm pretty sure he was tying 3's shoe. And and just shit like that. Like he didn't need to cough up blood and fly across and land. He didn't need, that's what I mean. Like everybody was more just like this.
Yeah.
Like in a good way. And then you had your moments of like, you know, what's part of the songs or like whatever it might be, or then, you know, like when something would kick in or like, you know, the breakdown, but everybody just was there to watch the man.
Yeah.
Like watch them all again. So when you see it, guys, I tried, but because of where they were, I even tried to get 2 as best I could. It was basically Vessel that I could catch.
Well, that's the thing is 2 is tucked back there, man. Like, I mean, he is like, that's actually one of the things I really like about what they've done with their live show is that, you know, you have the stereotypical of like, all right, drummer center, then you have guitarist left, you know, bassist right, lead singer center, whatever. Like that's like a standard formula. Sleep Token's kind of like, fuck you, we're doing whatever we want. You know, it's like, it don't like, and I know I've made this correlation before, but it's almost kind of like, they're kind of having like their own like Tool approach. Is that like when Tool plays live, like I've seen them where they black out the entire stage. You cannot see them. They just have a screen on the
see, that's
back
weird
of the
to me.
stage.
Is that because they have stage fright or something?
No, I think it was more so like Maynard believed. I think it was Maynard and the guys, like, not like I know him, but like they were kind of like, no, like the focus is the art. Where it's like we'll talk to the crowd, we're gonna do our thing, but like we do not need to be seen. So like they would do like Schism or like Anima and like all like those different things. But with Sleep Token, I would argue that it's like, no, like they need to be a part of everything. Like they are the art. You know what I mean? Like they like the things that they wear, the things that they do, you know, it's just it's a show that has been like that has clearly been thought out so well. And dude, like I want to know the conversations with RCA Records that Vessel and everybody in that band and their stage production had said, look, this is what we want to do. This is the budget that we need, or this is what would happen. And for RCA to go, what? Like, we'll give you everything. You know,
will you take a check?
Yeah, it's like $15 billion. Yeah. So, but dude, it shows.
With the stage being singular, stationary, like nothing like really moved or anything. Now, there was at one point, was it Aqua Regia? At one point, it was however the stage was, but it was cool. Like it was, they were like square, but these huge lights. They were like purple and blue, but they like came down and like were maybe probably 4 foot above Vessel. Like they were like encasing him almost.
Yeah.
But like nothing really moved. So. But he had spots like he would go up and like when he was playing the keyboard for like Damocles, and then it was just like the straight beams over him. There was like he would probably go back, take a drink of water like off there. Now, what I will say is, guys, I I don't think he would be upset. I don't think he's upset about this. People have had some speculations on this as well, but in Ohio, I don't know if it was other ones too, but I know in Ohio for sure, around the time I think Thread the Needle was happening, a lot of his face makeup was gone.
Yeah.
It like he had some chin left, and it would like his neck was pretty. And
It's hot. It's hot here, dude.
And people were taking photos naturally, not to be, hey, here's the identity, but and when he's lifting up and people are right there, I saw him like, I was like, that's. And there was a lot of comments that were like, I don't think he was prepared for this U.S. heat.
No, and it's
Like-
well, especially too, man. Like it's
It
from
was gone.
Well, from sweat, and then not only just that, but I mean it's with tears as well too, man. Like that's the actually one thing. Well, there's two things specifically about this show that I was very curious about, and the first one is. We know that he gets emotional.
Oh, he did.
When did you think that he was really starting to break? What was the song that you could just tell that this was, I mean, obviously Vessel on stage, the persona, but the person was being affected by his own music. Like
I'm pretty sure it was Provider.
Really?
I think so. No, what was yeah, oh man. See, I'm sorry guys, like it's all running together. I cannot remember. He was laying like when he was getting up, and it was like somebody would put the slow motion version of him because of how he was sitting. But you can see it when he's getting. I'm not trying to be gross, but like sometimes when you get into a song, I thought he drooled for a second, but then I realized it came from over here. There was this huge drop that came down, and I went, oh,
buddy, yeah.
and I'm like, that's not sweat. That wasn't anything. Like, honestly, man, I would say even at the second song, like with me, like The Offering, like
Really?
I would say he was even starting then, because you can hear it in his voice. And I think this is where sometimes people have said, Vessel doesn't sound like he's the greatest singer live. And I've thought, well, dude, if you're upset, can you sing on key?
Right. Your throat tightens and closes when you
Yeah.
cry. Yeah. And he's still giving it.
If you're getting emotional, can you sing on key? The man can clearly sing.
Yeah.
The man can clearly sing. So let's not, and not that everybody was being an asshole about it, but like I get what sometimes people, but he also changes things. And like we got different parts and add-ons for Provider, and even like I think Aqua Regia, and just like how he would hit certain notes. But it was just one of those where everything that was happening around was so involved, even though, like I said, it wasn't the jumping up and down and stage dives and all this stuff. Two totally different shows.
Yeah.
But two of the best shows I've ever been to. I would gladly spend the money again, travel the things, do the stuff, stand in the lines, all the things to see either one of these bands again, because with the way Vessel puts on a show, 100%. If you can afford it, guys, if your bank account allows it or whatever it is, go.
Yeah.
I don't care. We also had something that happened with the sign.
That I actually wanted to ask you about the is it now? It's because it
You are
looked like
you are so loved.
because the entire crowd had them.
No.
No?
Like there was like
Because from the picture, it looked like it was almost like maybe the wristbands for like 21 Pilots. Maybe they were like passing out or
wasn't
something.
like the whole crowd, but there was like a number of people in the pit. And so for Infinite Baths, and he had it, and he was doing like the thing, and he was showing it, and basically it was kind of tough because he had it, and as soon as the big break, he like threw it down. It's like it all went black and came back on. So, and then he didn't have it anymore.
Yeah.
but he had it for like a good 40 seconds, 30 seconds. And so I don't know if it was the person that had it or whatever, but somebody has like the legit professional looking photo that's like the thing now to have. And people are like, I'm going to get one. I wasn't that close, guys, to get that. I didn't even know that was happening, so I didn't get that. Mm-hmm. I actually caught him after that, I'm pretty sure. But I want it for the studio. I want like a good copy of it. Yeah. But somebody posted a comment under the one where people were like framing it and showing it, and they said something along the lines of, This was so amazing. This was part of like music history or Sleep Token history, and I was there for it. And I put same. Yeah, I was at least that. I was there for that where that was taken. I got to see that live and knew what it was, and like that's the thing right now for Sleep Token. And I'm like, I was there for that. I got to witness that in person. And like I got some pretty cool things within a week of each other, man. I'm serious, guys. That's what I'm saying. My brain is still like trying to fucking like come down off of stuff. I'm still like on this weird high.
Well, it's I don't know how you couldn't be, man. I mean, there's like seeing that shot of him with the paper at first. When I saw like the crowd, that's something that Vessel needs to hear. Like with everything that his music, like, 'cause we've done deep dives in their albums, whether we're correct or not with lore, whatever. It's just that regardless, this man has cut himself open spiritually, emotionally, and probably physically, depending on his lyrics. Through this entire process of writing this stuff, and for his audience to say to him and remind him, like, dude, you are so loved. Like, don't forget that, man. Yeah. And then he takes it and shows us. Yeah. Dude, like that is like, it not just because it's my favorite song by theirs, but like there's something really interesting about when an artist doesn't speak, but they have you read something that they want you to take in. With those like blurbs and messages that we got in the video for Fall For Me, which if you're someone that has not seen the video and you've been a fan this long, do yourself a favor, watch it. It's powerful. Like, it's him having that moment of like, no, dude, I want to live. He struggles, dude. Like he's so legit, and just, he loves hard. He gives everything to us. He does everything that he's done. And I don't know, that to me was something that was so powerful. It was kind of almost like the deeper, more serious thing of you're breathtaking. You know what I mean? Like it's got that kind of mentality of it where it's just like, no, dude, like, no, like thank you. And it's just, it's incredible that we get to exist at the same time as this guy and the rest of the dudes that are in that band, the ladies that are his backup singers, everybody. Oh,
they were amazing too.
The stage handlers, the president of RCA Records and whoever. I mean, it's just like everyone that has done their job to make sure that we get the proper Sleep Token experience, whether we listen to them in the comfort of our own home or if we get to see them, we get what we've needed. We get the spiritual healing, the emotional, just reforming that we need. Because I think it's one of the things I told you was, dude, go cry the past 5 years away. Yeah. Dude, just like to go have that experience. Like, dude, like this is your time to have this therapy.
There was like two people that commented on my comment when Aqua Regis started. And I recorded, and I was like, oh, I'm going to ugly cry. And people were commenting me, and they were like, same, or felt, or whatever. And what's funny is there was the two people that were like running the, like, hey, you can't come down if you're not in pit or whatever, like, like security, whatever you want to call it. Mm-hmm. One big dude and like this one chick. And we're like an hour before like the show starts, right? So I'm just sitting there, and I'm talking like Becca and stuff. And I'm like, I said something about, if they play 7 of the 13 songs, that I listened to. I'm gonna ugly cry right here, and he kind of looked up. He's like, "I'm gonna hold you to that." I was like, shit. So we kind of had to laugh about it.
See, that's cool when security actually is like they act human. You know what I mean?
Yes,
Yeah.
and I will say that they were a delight as far as like the interaction. Even some more things after that, but even Rocket Arena in general, my experience was incredible.
Yeah.
So really good time there, but nah, man, like this show, these two shows, I don't know, put a hurting on my wallet, but no, it was worth it. It weirdly fell into that category of, yes, it was things like, souvenirs and, beer or whatever too, but like, I did more of that. Like I spent money on an experience, not things. Yeah. Now things were bought, but like I documented. I was there. I got to go. I got to do. It was really incredible, and the fact that I got to do these things so close to each other seems surreal. Like I got to arguably see some of the two biggest bands because something about 21 Pilots is like #1 like album or something right now.
Yeah,
or
I think
some
Breach
shit.
is like topping charts. Yeah.
Yeah. So I arguably got to see the two biggest bands, some of the two biggest bands within a week of each other. Damn near. It was like 8 days or something.
That to me, I look at that and that does nothing but just scream that it's like, no, man, that's a God thing. Like, dude, like, I mean, seriously, dude,
Well,
like,
sure.
it's wild.
And the fact of like, guys, this isn't a joke. Like we love the music. Like we're not doing it just for the view because Sleep Token's the thing or 21 Pilots got us views. I went, I spent, I invested, I did.
Yeah.
I indulged.
Yeah.
And the funny
and that's okay.
Yeah. And the funny thing is,
yeah.
What's great? Knowing that I was going to be probably noticed at both shows kept me. Now I got a decent going each time, but I wasn't sloppy drunk. So the fact of like I didn't spend a bunch of money on alcohol, and two, that I remembered the show.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the worst is when you're like, fuck, I remember going. Like you spent all that money to go and then you don't remember it, but it's the fact of I needed to be good.
Yeah. Well,
and I didn't want to be like, hey, you're on the show.
I never understood anybody that wants to get fucked up at a show to not remember it.
Yeah.
But it's kind of like, dude, it's like, no, you're going to pay that much just to fucking, like, no, dude.
Exactly.
Fuck off,
but I also
stupid.
didn't want to embarrass myself with people like approaching me or like wanting a picture and be like, oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Fuck you think you do what I do? Fuck you.
Yeah.
It's like the Jack Black shit. But no, I mean, seriously, like, it's like, that's the thing is that it's like creating those memories, again, like you said, where you're like, no, it's like I spent it on the experience, like, not necessarily things, but dude, like things remind us about like what happened. Now, again, it's like, does it need to be the most expensive thing? No. But I mean, the thing is that it's like, no, like you have pieces of history that you can hang on to.
Yes.
You have, something that there's something about the physicality of something when you can tangibly know that you were there.
Yep.
I'm elated for you that you were able to experience these two things. And again, it's like, I give credit where credit is due, man. It's like, this is not of us. And like, you got to experience something that's just completely out of this world. And it truly makes me think of, all right, man, when the next album cycle is coming through for like a Sleep Token, when they're doing something else, where it's like, what's your experience going to be like? You know what I mean?
If I can go, I'll do my best. I'd still like to get Pitt, but if I never do again, I got close enough.
Yeah,
I will be okay with that being my quote Pitt experience, like 21 Pilots. It wasn't exact, but I was. Like I said, technically, I was in Arcadia. Yeah, I was there for close enough for confetti. Yeah. Not everybody gets to do that. That's close. And, my next couple are that I figure will hopefully be coming back around soon is like NF and Bad Omens. Yeah. Yeah. I would like to go see Bad Omens. I really was trying to go see Lorna Shore the night before Sleep Token, but dude, I couldn't do that.
No, there was no way. Yeah.
I couldn't do it. But no, these were fantastic guys. Like I said, if you get into either one of these bands, go see them, go support them.
Yeah.
21 Pilots was great too. How they thanked the crowd and was just like, thank you for being fans for this long and letting us do this for this many years and all this stuff. And I didn't get the video. I meant to say this. I didn't get the video, but the pictures, if you see where they're on stage and Tyler's going like this in 2 different points, that's where he's going. We are 21 Pilots and so are you.
Oh yeah.
I caught it at least at some point. So like that was cool. But I was like, yes, dude.
Yeah.
Like both of them very much like there's video and pictures I have of Vessel. Like he was on stage for probably almost a minute after he was done just thanking the crowd and all angles. So that was awesome. And so we all understood.
Yeah.
He didn't need to say anything. So
he's a man that it's dude. Like, could you imagine being able to thank that many people every night?
Yeah,
dude, it's out of this world.
But no, definitely a great experience, man. And like I said, you could go to either one of these shows for sure, seats, even not nosebleed, for sure seats, but arguably even pit. But I get, like I said, I get the anxiety or get the thing. But for sure, if you ever get a chance to go see these guys, even in just like a seated area, go. Yeah. Because it's definitely worth it, man. And it's unlike anything you've ever seen. I argue against anything like that. Like no matter what show you've been to, it's better.
Well, we'll see if I catch a grotto one day. But no, dude, it's been awesome to talk to you about this. So
I'm sure I left a bunch out.
So guys, we're gonna be able to talk about this plenty of other times, whether or not we're live on Riker, Detour, anything else. If you guys want to know more, or if there's something specific, comment below. We can always talk about it in the next podcast. Yeah. Not sure what the next one's gonna be, but we do have ideas. I've learned to not promise anything. We're trying. We're just gonna let this flow.
We're trying.
But either way, we appreciate you guys. We love you. We'll catch you guys in the next one. Adios.